So welcome students. So in this question you given two statements. Statement 1 is we have a chord y is equal to mx plus c which passes through 1 comma minus 2 of the curve 3x square minus y square minus 2x plus 4y is equal to 0. And it's given that any curve, any chord passing through this point 1 comma minus 2 of this curve subtends 90 degrees at the center. That means if you have a curve something like this, so you have a point 1 comma minus 2. So assume that you have a curve. So assume that you have a curve which passes through like this. You have some arbitrary curve. So you have a chord, you have a line, you have a point 1 comma minus 2 here. So the first statement is that any chord of this curve which passes through 1 comma minus 2 subtends 90 degrees at the origin. And the second statement is that this pair of lines are perpendicular if c plus m plus 2 is equal to 0. So how do we analyze these statements? Now you have a curve y is equal to mx plus c which intersects the curve 3x square minus y square minus 2x plus 4y is equal to 0. And you have to check whether if this chord passes through 1 comma minus 2, this angle will always be equal to 90 or not. So first let me find the equations of these pair of lines. So obviously this pair of lines can be obtained by homogenizing this curve with respect to this line. So let us homogenize this curve, quadratic curve with respect to this line. So you have 3x square minus y square minus 2x times y minus mx by c, because y minus mx by c equal to 1. So plus 4y times y minus mx by c is equal to 0. That is a homogenized form of this curve and this straight line, which gives you the equation of this pair of lines. So that is equal to, that implies, so with x square you have a 3 here, you have a 3 with x square and plus 2m by c, and the coefficient of xy, is, you have an xy here which is minus 2 by c minus 4m by c minus 2 by c minus 4m by c, and you have a y square and the coefficient of y square is minus 1 plus 4 by c is equal to 0. So if you take LCM and send c onto that side, you have x square times 3c plus 2m minus xy times 2 plus 4m plus y square times 4 minus c is equal to 0. So this is the pair of lines which represents these lines. Now if this pair of lines have to be perpendicular, the coefficient of x square plus the coefficient of y square has to be equal to 0. A plus b has to be equal to 0. That is 3c plus 2m plus 4 minus c should be equal to 0. So 2c plus 2m plus 4 is equal to 0. This implies c plus m plus 2 is equal to 0. So if c plus m plus 2 is equal to 0, then these lines will be perpendicular. Now it's given that my line y is equal to mx plus c passes through 1 comma minus 2. So let us see what that means. So that means minus 2 is equal to m into 1 m plus c. That means also m plus c plus 2 is equal to 0. So this m plus c plus 2 is equal to 0 indirectly says that the line y is equal to mx plus c passes through 1 comma minus 2. Hence the first statement is true. If the line passes through 1 comma minus 2, this condition is valid. If this condition is valid, the sum of these two will be equal to 0, which means that the pair of lines are perpendicular to each other. Hence this chord subtends 90 degrees at the origin. So statement 1 is true, and statement 2 also you can see that's the correct reason for statement 1. So both statements are true and statement 2 explains statement 1 will be the answer to this question. Thank you.